As always, Ted kicks off. Who do you have as your winner of the week?
Well, I'm going Michigan and Sherrone Moore with the self-imposed two-game suspension. I don't know what that means with the NCAA. Don't really care, but I like the fact that they could select what games he's going to miss and what he's not, and he's going to be on the sideline for Oklahoma. I don't want any excuses. Give me Michigan at full strength. I want everyone there. I don't want any yeah buts if we go out win that game and win it handily. So I'm glad. I think that is going to be an awesome game that win or lose has the potential to kind of set the table for the rest of the season. If you go get that win and play really good football, dominate that, I think it gives you some really good confidence. I think this team needs a big win like that and have the ability to carry that into conference play. And if you lose it, I mean, I think there's probably going to be a lot of second guessing going on, as always. But I love the fact that they're going to be well, the coaching staff's going to be at full strength. Hopefully, the football team is too.
I'm with you. I don't want I want both teams at full strength in that game. I think that's what we all want when it comes to big time games in college football. It is just objectively hilarious that they were like, no, you know what? Let's do weeks 3 and 4. And maybe the funniest part, you know who they play in week 4?
Nebraska.
Nebraska. Just like, actually, we think OU's going to be pretty solid. Let's Sharon sit out the Nebraska game instead.
Well, I looked at their schedule and I looked at a lot of the Big Ten schedules. It's kind of crazy. Like the Big Ten's a great conference, but there's also just a bunch of like filler games. And Michigan only really plays three brands all year. If you want to consider USC currently still a big brand, I guess I do. I mean, you got Oklahoma, you got USC, and you got Ohio State. Everything else is like, you know, just like I said, kind of filler schedule. Michigan State and Rutgers and Maryland and stuff like that. So they only have a couple of opportunities, to really stand out for the season. And I can understand the reasoning, but I guarantee Nebraska is going to take that as a slap in the face.
There's no doubt. And this is a serious question. If you're Michigan and you're self-imposing a 2 game suspension for Sherrone Moore and you're hand picking him like this, why do you have any shame at all? Why don't you have him sit out New Mexico and Central Michigan and have him coach?
Face them out. Yeah.
Yeah,
I
there's
don't
no
know.
difference. There's no
I
difference. Oh, he sat out week 3 and 4. Why not week 1 and 3?
Yeah, I'm with you. I guess my only thought to that was most likely if people that are talking about it are correct, you're going to have a true freshman starting his very first game
Who
with New
cares? You're playing New
Mexico.
Mexico.
I'm with you. I'm with you. But I mean, supposedly he's not allowed to be there. And I don't know. I guess that was the only thing I could think of uh, as to why they wouldn't do it that way is he wants to be there for the first game with the true freshman. But you're right. It is New Mexico.
It is also a good reminder. This suspension, and we'll see. Remember, the NCAA can still suspend him more.
Right.
This was self-imposed. We'll see. It would be kind of funner. Like, actually, you are going to miss that Oklahoma game.
Yeah.
That would be very NCAA of them. But it's it's a tremendous reminder. If you're talking about something serious with anyone, don't send text messages.
That's right.
I don't know. Don't send emails. Don't send text messages. Meet in person or call them on the phone.
Pick up the landline.
Don't send anything important via text message or email, people. Don't do it.
That's right. They need to install a payphone in the coaches' offices. Any important dialogue going on, we cannot leave a record of it.
They exist forever, people, if you send them.
That's right.
If you delete them, ask Sherrone Moore. If you delete them, they can still find them.
Not only can they find them, it also shows up with a huge red flag. Huh. The cell information doesn't match up with what's in your phone. What's going on there? Yep.
Call people or talk about it in person, face to face.
There you go.
Good
Smart.
reminder. Tremendous reminder. All right. Who do you have as your loser of the week?
This is kind of a strange one because I don't know. Dallas Cowboys uh, have a trade with the Steelers. Dallas sends a 26th third round pick and a 27th fifth round pick, and they get George Pickens, and um, the Steelers get a 27 sixth round pick from Dallas. And I think Pickens is a great player. He's got a ton of ability, but he's kind of, at least from what I could see, a bit of a dysfunctional player to some degree. And that, I don't know how that's going to mix in Dallas. I feel like that's the last thing Dallas needs.
He was, I would say he is a combustible player.
Right. Yes.
The dude, you never know when it's just going to go off the rails.
That's right.
And that was in Pittsburgh
That was in
with
Pittsburgh.
Mike Tomlin as head coach.
Typically, like one of the most buttoned up franchises that there is. And
Remember, Mike Tomlin was able to make us think Antonio Brown was normal for years.
right.
That's one heck of an accomplishment.
Yep.
So dude, I'm with you. It'll be very interesting. But you look at CD Lamb and George Pickens next to each other. That's a good looking 1-2 duo at wide receiver, man.
As long as they like and maybe they don't need to like each other. I don't know, but that's a huge personality to bring in the room. And you know how wide receivers are, right? I mean, there's always a lot of personality going on. I mean, I call it loser. I think it has a chance to be really good if you can get George Pickens where he's happy, he's comfortable, he's getting the targets that he wants, and he's available for all of your football games. But I don't know. I'm thinking like there's no way CeeDee Lamb's happy about this. I wouldn't think, right?
I don't know. Like from just a pure football standpoint,
Think having another great target out there takes some pressure off and helps him out.
I I mean, does it hurt him? I think the only CD's probably only big concern is like, hey, is this guy going to lose it out on the field and get ejected? You know,
Right.
but you go and look at his stats, like he's been over, I want to say over 800 yards each season. His first 3 seasons, he had like 900 yards receiving last year.
Yeah. Super, super productive. Yeah, he was 900 yards last year. He was 801 his rookie year, 1140 in year two, and then 900 last year.
Yeah, he's been a productive player. Just
Yep.
keep the train on the tracks, man. And
I think I guess that's why I wasn't sure about loser. I think it is a high risk, high reward type of trade, and they didn't give up a whole lot for him. So, I mean, yeah,
there's one major negative to George Pickens getting traded.
okay.
We're never going to get to see him and DK Metcalf fist fight on the sideline because that was undoubtedly going to happen in Pittsburgh.
That's right. Yeah,
And that would have been those two dudes, that would have been must-see TV. That would have been awesome to watch because it was inevitable. that Metcalf and Pickens were going to go at it at some point during a game in the 2025 season if they would have been on the same team.
And it was probably I mean, because they've been hinting at trades with Pittsburgh and Dallas for a long time. I mean, it was probably one of the demands that was on the list to even land DK Metcalf, I would imagine.
You never know. What could have been? What could have been? All right, let's get to my winner and loser. But first,
All right, it's time to make the switch to the Ridge wallet. Go to ridge.com, use promo code OKBreakdown at checkout for 10% off your order. The days of the super fat wallet in the back pocket that hurts to sit on are over. Make the switch to this sleek, modern design that can hold up to 12 cards and cash. Love the little elastic band on there. And Ridge has over 50 colors and styles to choose from. Ridge has free shipping, a 99-day risk-free trial, and a lifetime warranty on all their products. This is literally the last wallet you'll ever have to buy. Ridge wallets have the RFID blocking technology that keeps you safe from digital pickpocketers. And you get 10% off at ridge.com when you use code OKBreakdown at checkout. That's ridge.com, code OKBreakdown for 10% off. And after you purchase, they're going to ask you where you heard about them. Please support our show and tell them that we sent you.
and we are brought to you by Huel Black Edition Ready to Drink. It is a meal in a bottle. One bottle contains 35 grams of protein, 27 vitamins and minerals, and is low in sugar. Go to Huel.com. That's HUEL.com and use code OKBreakdown for 15% off plus a free gift for new customers. Huel is a perfectly balanced meal designed by nutrition experts and takes the guesswork out of healthy eating. Great flavors. You got your vanilla, your chocolate. I am a big strawberry banana guy. Also love the iced coffee flavor. It's got a little caffeine in it, Ted. So
That's my go-to.
you're running around with the kids. You got stuff going on. You're like, all right, let me get an iced coffee, Huel. Get my calories in, get my protein in, get a little caffeine in the system. It's great. It's great. I like drinking the strawberry banana in between lunch and dinner. Get me to dinner. Get me the calories and protein I need. Don't go eat something I shouldn't eat. Just drink one of these bad boys. There is nothing that beats the convenience of cracking open a bottle of Huel and getting a meal in. Go order this delicious and nutritious product at Huel.com and use our code OKBreakdown for 15% off plus a free gift for new customers. That's Huel.com and use code OKBreakdown. Get your fuel with Huel. For my winner of the week, thought about going with Clemson and Notre Dame. How about that scheduling agreement? 12 years.
Yep. And the ACC, namely Clemson and FSU, are trying to do whatever they can to bridge the gap with the Big Ten and the SEC. It's going to be so hard in the future for those teams to compete when those conference payouts are going to be half what the Big Ten and SEC are.
12-year scheduling agreement that starts in 2027. They'll play every year through 2038. And like you mentioned, Ted, Clemson clearly very motivated by the new ACC revenue sharing model that is going to factor in TV ratings somehow. Mm-hmm. It also, if the SEC goes to 9 conference games, they've got several SEC home and home scheduled. And so it protects Clemson a little bit if those end up going away, which we've seen happen over these last couple of years. But I like it, man. Clemson versus Notre Dame every year. Sign me up. 2 great programs. Should be a lot of fun. These are the types of games we want to see as college football fans. I love it. Going to be great.
Yep, I agree. There was a time where everyone was scrambling to book these big time non-conference games. Then we had some conference realignment. We've got the expanded playoff. I wonder what the appetite of the SEC teams is going to be for booking these games. If you go to 9 conference games, I can see a lot of people saying there's no need at all to schedule any big non-cons. I can also see the sport narrowing and you end up getting only big teams playing each other, which is the other side of the thing. So I don't know, but I like it for Notre Dame and Clemson. I think it's going to be a great series.
I think automatic playoff spots may play a
That's the big
pretty,
factor. Yeah.
yeah, pretty large role in school strategies there. We'll see.
Yep.
But my winner of the week, give me the Indiana Pacers. My goodness.
Woo.
If you thought the Thunder's collapse was bad, ladies and gentlemen, may I show you what happened with the Cavs in game two? I mean, credit to the Pacers. They were down 7 with 48 seconds to go. Just out battled the Cavs on rebounds, on missed free throws, and then, some bad turnovers from the Cavs. And then Tyrese Haliburton, man, he's that dude.
Oh, what a shot. I mean, that was crazy. Step back, created the space, and just buried it. I mean, that was awesome. I was watching the game with my nephew last night, and right after the game, he found this stat, and you may have seen it, and I may miss it, but in games where a team is trailing by 7 or more with a minute or less to go, they're like 3 and 1,000 or something crazy. And Indiana has 2 of them this year, which is crazy.
You know who the third one is?
Who's that?
Thunder
Really?
against Spurs. I think, what
Yeah.
was that, 2014? I did see that stat. I think my brother sent it to me. But it is, I mean, it's also a home team hasn't won a game yet in the second round of the NBA playoffs. It's like, it's shouldn't be the case. Just let
It's
a little
been
more time.
wild. It's fun. Sign me up. I mean, the Knicks game was awesome. How great is Brunson? And it's a lot of fun, but let's not have any more fun in the Thunder series, okay? Let's
Yeah.
let's make this a boring round for the Thunder. Just go
I
win the next 4.
I did feel bad for Donovan Mitchell in that game. Because remember, the Cavs didn't have Darius Garland. They didn't have Evan Mobley. They didn't have DeAndre Hunter. And Donovan Mitchell was like, I got it. 48. And they lost.
48, and all I remember is him getting dunked on and rolling around on the court for 5 minutes.
Yeah, that was strange.
That was an awesome play, though.
You got to block out on the free throws, even with the guys you're standing at the 3-point line.
Don't
Speaking of
fall
which,
asleep out there.
Ted, I'm always keeping tabs on NBA guys that I think would have made great football players.
Yeah,
Add Aaron Neesmith to the list.
yeah. I'd
Six
say
six.
so.
He's listed 6'6", 215. Like how that guy flies around. We would have him to 255 coming off the edge in no time.
Yeah, when he's not running 5 miles every other night. Yeah.
Just change the diet a little bit. Guy's explosive. Just
Work on some fast twitch. Yeah,
want to
he'd
see
be there.
one time, Neesmith. I just want to see you come off the edge. That's it. Just one time. It is kind of a bummer that the Cavs are dealing with so many injuries. They had such a great season, and now you get to the part that really, really matters, and you've got 3 of your top 6, 7 guys out. It's a bummer. But
Yeah. See how it
sports.
goes. I mean, hey, I mean, Boston, New York is going to be crazy. That's a fun series. It looks like. I still think. I mean, I don't know. Is Boston, Indiana a more compelling Eastern Conference final, or no?
If the Cavs are going to be banged up, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. Like if Evan Mobley can't come back, the guy was defensive player of the year.
yeah,
Darius Garland's an all-star. I mean, they're missing key pieces.
yep.
So if those guys can't get right, then yeah, I'd much rather watch the Pacers at fullish strength go up against Boston. I'm
Yeah.
not worried about Boston, even though they a shocking game 1 loss.
Yeah, that was wild.
They're going to just say, we'll hit more threes. They're not going to start shoot. They're not going to stop shooting them. I guarantee you that. It's what they do.
Mm.
My loser of the week. Thought about going with the Preakness.
Yeah,
Sovereignty not running in the Preakness, Ted. My kids are going to be devastated. Resting up for the Belmont.
Well, you see this from time to time. The health of the horse is the most important thing because uh, what sovereignty was already worth a lot of money, but worth a whole heck of a lot of money now. So you don't want anything. If there's even a tiny, whatever, smallest issue, the smart move is to hold off. We've seen some horses go for it and it not end well. So I'm okay with it. It's disappointing though, because did you see the ratings? It was the most watched Kentucky Derby since 1989. Crazy.
Awesome. We'll still watch the Preakness at the Ikard household. The horse racing obsession has not gone away. Still alive and well. The two Ikard boys were arguing over the biggest horse we have at the house this morning. Had
Okay.
to take the big horse away, Ted, because they
Wow.
weren't sharing properly.
Man, brutal,
Tears,
brutal
a
times.
lot of tears, but
Hard lessons learned, man.
the big horse has been hidden and
Hey,
will
if
not make
there's
an appearance back at the barn until they show that they've earned it.
when there's a new passion, it can also be used for behavioral issues. So this is good. That Preakness is coming up quick, boys. You better get in line.
Hang it over their head.
That's right.
Do your choice, boys, or else we're not watching the Preakness.
There you go.
Such a weird. They're two and almost four.
Hey,
Got to do what you
it's
got to do, man.
it's a great sport. It's a great sport, and I think it's awesome that they're already getting into it.
My loser of the week, Minnesota Timberwolves. What was that? I,
It did not go how I thought it was going to go.
so much for the rest. I mean, and this was the big. This is why I thought it was, pretty alarming. Steph Curry goes out in the second quarter. He played 13 minutes in this game, and surely Anthony Edwards and his squad would handle business with the face of the franchise not in the game, and that was not the case, man. Warriors from that point on just controlled the entire thing. They win
Yeah,
99-88. The Timberwolves scored 31 points in the first half of this game.
lowest was it the lowest in Golden State history? I think that they held an opponent in the first half, something like that. Maybe least in a long time. I don't know exactly what the stat was, but historically bad offense from Minnesota. But give Golden State credit defensively. I thought they did a great job the whole game.
They were awesome.
Yeah,
I do not like complimenting the Golden State Warriors,
agree.
but that was very, very impressive. And while I don't like complimenting the Warriors, it is so, so great seeing Buddy Hield have this moment. He was the key for them in the game seven win over the Rockets. And he was massive again in game one against the Timberwolves. And this is crazy. In consecutive games, he has 14 made threes. That is the most ever in NBA playoff history. No one's
That's
ever done
crazy.
it. There's been a couple guys do make 13 over two games. He is the only human being ever to play in the National Basketball Association to make 14 threes over two games.
If you would have just said he's the only player for Golden State to do that, I would have said that's insane.
I know, right?
Right. Yeah.
And now he did somehow wear the wrong shorts for game one of this series. I don't know how that happens. I don't know if he was given the wrong shorts or he grabbed the wrong ones. I don't know what all is on the hangers there in the lockers. But whatever he's doing, man, he is. And they keep saying it on the broadcast, like this looks like Buddy Hield at Oklahoma.
Yep.
I have never cheered for the Warriors in my life. I probably never will. But I'd be lying if I said I'm not cheering every time Buddy Hield splashes a three. Like it's fired me up, man. I love that he's having this success. He's one of the best dudes ever.
I don't know what has happened, but somehow I've fallen into like I'm pulling for Golden State a little bit, and I don't know where that came from.
Is it
Uh,
Anthony Edwards? Is he rubbing you the wrong way?
no, no, I like him. Um,
Do you like when he has 1 point in the first half of a massive playoff game?
I don't like that. I don't like
This
that.
is my only theory. He looked a little sluggish. Legs looked a little heavy. The victory lap he did around the Lakers arena after they won that series, it did him in. Took a little too
Could be
much out of the
something
legs.
there.
Did too much walking after that one.
Could be something there. Yeah. I don't know.
Dude
That
could
was
not make a shot in the first half, especially. He had like 23 points on 22 shots. Not efficient.
no. That was a I don't know. That was a wild game. I mean, they 5 of 29 from 3 for Minnesota. Not going to get it done. And the starters were like, what's that? 8 uh 1 of 13 for the starters from 3.
I, I don't think the Warriors can win this series if Steph is out.
Yeah, and that didn't look good.
No.
A hamstring with not a whole lot of time to come back. I don't know.
It did lead to us seeing Pat Spencer out there wearing number 61 and shooting running hook shots, which I thoroughly enjoyed.
Yeah. And speaking of guys you'd like to see in a football uniform, Kaminga's kind of a dude out there, man. He is
He's an
athletic,
athlete. Now
angry guy.
it's well, he should be angry because he's essentially been benched for the last month. He hasn't been
Yeah.
playing for them. So I now he's got his opportunity. They played a bunch of guys in this game. He's one of those guys. Give the man some pads. Let me see him at wide receiver. I just want to see what it looks like.
Yep.
That's what I want to see. But the last thing on this game, and it honestly makes me a little uncomfortable saying it, but Draymond Green was so much fun to watch in this game. And it had everything to do like these last couple games, he's just chilled out. He's just not berating officials constantly. Like his limbs aren't flying everywhere, making him susceptible to a flagrant foul nearly every time down the floor. He's just kind of chilled out and played great basketball. It
Well,
was an absolute treat to watch him play and just act like a normal human being out on the floor. Hitting threes, passing, dribbling, like going to the basket. His defense is he's an excellent defender. Like I was sitting there going, if he just did this every game, like I would love watching this guy play. But it's probably not going to stay that way. But it was a weird feeling. I was feeling joy. I was enjoying watching Draymond Green play basketball when normally I'm like, would this guy just stop?
well, I was about to say, give it time. I think that's part of the thing. He'll draw you in. Like sometimes it just happens within a game. Draw you in. Okay, that he's got it going. This is fun. And then, oh yeah, yeah. There's the guy that I remember shows up out of nowhere. So yeah, I will probably see typical Draymond at some point.
We'll see.
Closer game, like if it's a closer game and it's more competitive, and that's probably when we'll see the antics come out.
I don't know if Steph being out makes him like have to assume a different role. I don't know, but it was enjoyable.
Toddler turns teacher all of a sudden with Steph out, right? He's got to handle it a little bit. The roles change.